Welcome back to Get Into It with Tami Roman. Now, my next guest is a Grammy-nominated rapper, actress, entrepreneur, voiceover artist, hip-hop teacher, and fashionista. I hope I got it all in there because I tell you, this woman does it all. Please welcome Yo-Yo to the show.
Hey, hi, Tami.
How are you?
I am doing great and amazing. How are you?
I'm well. I can't complain. I don't think anybody would care anyway, but I really can't.
Well, congratulations. And I love you and it's good to see you. I'm glad to be on your show. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy that you're here. You know, we've been trying to get you on for a minute because I was like, get Yo-Yo. So
that's right. Go get your home, girl.
I'd like to congratulate you on a major milestone. Your debut album, Make Way for the Motherlode, was debuted in 1991.
Yes.
Okay. Like, how does it feel to look back at how it all started?
Well, thank you so much. And it feels so good. You know, 30 years, when I started at 17, I didn't even know what I was doing. I had no idea what demographic I was speaking to. I had no idea who my audience was. I didn't even understand how powerful lyrics was, how big hip hop was. I just knew that the king of LA was coming to save Yo-Yo. And shout out to my boy Ice Cube for, wanting to produce music with me.
You know, it's something to hear you say that, because for all of us who watched you when you came out, it was like, yo, she's talking for us. To us. She represents like me, the girls just from around the way that know how to spit, you know what I'm saying? And was spitting real stuff.
Yeah.
So to hear you say, like, I didn't have a clue. It's like
I didn't have a clue how big it was going to be. I knew I was speaking from women. I mean, when I came out in hip hop, men was calling women skeezers, sluts. I ain't the one. I ain't getting your hair, your nails done. I don't trust no. It was just all that kind of language going on. But at the same time, hip hop on the East Coast had so many different genres of it. And on the West Coast, we were just creating rap. We were creating a voice of our community. Yeah. We were creating something so when I came out speaking up just in hip hop, listening to Roxanne Shante, fan of Run DMC, putting my radio in my bunk bed with my hands up under my chin, listening to LL Cool J's I Need Love. I mean, it was a lot for me, but at the same time, I didn't even understand. I mean, 17 years old, getting a deal with Atlantic Records. Shout out to Sylvia Rohn. No, I had no idea what it was like, but I grew to know and grew to evolve into everything that I've been able to brand thereafter.
Yes, and it's very important, which leads us into tonight's topic, right? Taking your skill set, whatever that is, to the next level. Yeah. And as you said, you were a protege of Ice Cube and appeared as a guest on his America's Most Wanted album. Yo-Yo, what I want to say is we cannot talk about female rap without saying Yo-Yo the legend. So that's what we have now. But how did that collaboration come together between you and Cube?
Well, Cube was he was leaving NWA and building his brand and looking for a female artist. And shout out to T-Bone, who later became a member of the Lynch Mob. We were school buddies. So we went to school together. I had been performing at Washington Preparatory High School forever, killing all the male MCs ever. I'd like to anyway. And he told him about me, and Cube said, yo, he wanted to hear me. We got along very well. I understood his rules and his level of success, and we worked together. And he helped take me to New York, and yeah.
Oh, I love it. And now your single, You Can't Play With My Yo-Yo, of course, that went #1 when it was released. How did that feel? Like you just said, I used to be in my bed with my boom box other people. How did it feel to be the #1?
I was in Jack in the Box in the drive-thru on Manchester and Hoover. Mm-hmm. And I was listening, and I'm in the drive-through, and I'm listening to the radio, and I'm hearing my song, and I'm like, and I'm getting ready to drive off. I'm like, oh wait, that's my song. I'm like, oh wait. The lady's like, yeah, that's my song. I'm like, no, that's me, that's me. Oh, it felt amazing because, you know, I'm an artist such as you, Tami. I mean, an artist recognized artist. So, you know, we have that kind of kindership where I know who I can feel an energy, I can recognize an energy of an artist. And for me to have been dancing in my mother's living room and entertaining her friends my entire um, uh, younger years, and then to have been performing, and you know, it's like I grew into who I was supposed to be. And for me, it feels very good. It feels it gave me what I wanted, and it gave me what I thought I wanted. I thought I just wanted to just be famous. You
Right.
know? And then once I became famous, I realized that, oh God, it's more to it. It's a responsibility that goes along with it. And you know, and I can't keep my head to the skies my whole life. So then, you know, it grew me up. And thanks to hip hop, Ice Cube, Sylvia Rone, Atlantic Records, Street Knowledge Productions, you know, they grew me up into into a successful woman.
I love that you said the business kind of grew you up, because what we noticed as fans of yours was by your second album, you started leaning more towards like more positive, uplifting themes and imagery. And I'm not saying that I didn't want to see that, right? But I felt like I was like, now, yo, come on, keep it straight. Come on now, you was talking some things, sis. You know, but then you went in a different direction. What inspired you to do that?
You know, and you know what's so crazy about that is I think that kind of like, you know, hurt a lot of people's feelings, and kind of, you know, once I got into my own, and that's just being a woman, I just got into my own self. Once I started traveling and realizing the power of hip hop, you know, it scared me. It scared me because although I thought that someone would lead me and guide me and show me exactly how to be an artist, the artist that I am, and still be a great citizen, a great American, and a great woman. At that time, a lot of stuff was going on in the South Central. We had a crooked chief of police. We had the battle ram ramming into people's houses. We had young kids getting pulled out of their cars, laid flat to the concrete, face down. We had the Rodney King riots. We had Tasha Harling. We had the blacks and it was a lot going on. So for me to keep coming forward as if I don't see it, and that's why we are the mothers of this earth. And that's why Black women are so powerful, because to keep moving forward and to act as if you don't see any of that is to just, it's just throwing shade. And so I recognize that. Speaking to young girls, going and talking to group homes and detention centers with young girls that were in it, talking to young AIDS victims when AIDS was young. We didn't really know a lot of people who had AIDS in our community. So it was a lot for me to just come and talk some gangster. It didn't fit well in my
out of place for you as an individual. And when you talk about the HIV, because that's when we found out about Easy, right? And nobody was expecting that. So now that you've explained it, I understand why you had to make that transition.
Yeah, it was almost like I wanted to say something to the Black people. Once I seen how much attention we got, Tami, once I seen how big, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I've lived in Watts and Compton. I was born in Linwood at the hospital, St. Francis and Hospital. So to be a part of Los Angeles, which people don't really realize, California, Los Angeles is really racist. They keep us, segregated, so it's a lot, so when I got a chance to really go and expand and evolve, I really started seeing stuff, and I wanted to make a difference.
And you were in Boys in the Hood. Now, a lot of people would say, well, of course she was going to be in it because Cube was her dog and all that. Did you audition though?
You know what? It started with, I went with Cube to the set, and Cube introduced me to John Singleton. And John said, and I jokingly said, "Where's my part?" And he goes, "Can you act?" And I said, "Yeah." Same thing I said when they asked me if I could skate in this Saturday's television show. I said, "Of course I can." He said, "Well, let me see you talk to a baby." He had a part for me. He said, "Can you talk to a baby?" And I was like, "Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here, baby." He was like, "No, yo, not a dog, a baby."
Not a dog.
Not a dog, a baby. I said, "Oh." So he said, "Yeah, we put you out back with Regina King and and he put
But now let me tell you the funny part. Let me tell you the funny part, Yo-Yo, real talk. The part you just talked about, he gave me that part.
Wow.
With the baby in the kitchen and the barbecue was in the backyard.
Shut up.
Hand to God. And when the movie came out, I was like, I'm about to be on Boys in the Hood. I was like, He had edited me out because I think I was worse than you. I was worse. All you see is my legs and the baby running past my legs to get to y'all in the backyard.
How crazy is that?
Small world, but I still get them little $3 residual checks.
Isn't that something? I know, same thing with me with Martin, with A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. They cut me out too, but I still got my residuals.
I still get my residuals, baby. But I think you did the dog and I did the baby like he was slow. I was like, come on, baby, now. Get to the back, y'all. You know your mom. I was horrible. And it was that moment of getting edited out of that movie that I said, I got to get my ass in class.
Same for me. That I felt the same way. I got to, shout out to Martin Lawrence, who Cube put him on. He did the interludes on one of my albums. And early on, and Cube said, and Martin said to me, he said, "Yo, I got this show coming out." He said, "And I have a role that I'm going to play." He told me about the whole show. He said, "I'm going to play this role." And he said, "I want you to, this character, Shanae," he said, "I want you to play Shanae's best friend." He said, "And you know what I'm going to name her?" I said, "What?" He said, "Kilolo."
Kilolo.
And listen, a year and a half went by. He did the work on my album. Shout out to Cube and Martin Lawrence. He did the work on my album. I get a call from Warner Brothers Television saying, "Hey, they want me to come in to read for this role." And I'm thinking, I always talk a good game. That's the story of my life. I talk a good game, girl. It's hell to back this shit up. I talk a good game. It's hell to back it up. So it gets time for me to back it up. And they call me in and he's like, and I'm like, I really don't want to play, in LA, blackface was big. We hated when Shaq got into a skirt and it was playing basketball. And, blackface was really big around that time because remember, we were still fighting a lot of racism in our community, talking about stuff. So when it was like, talk about the homegirls, and see, DC girls are different from South Central girls. Although we're all the same, I was thinking like, these girls in the hood gonna be mad at me, and I'm a girl from the hood, but it was just so extra. But until I went to DC and realized that is it, that's the whole swing of things. And it wasn't really a diss, but I was taking it from my community. So I was a little bit like, I don't want to play this role. I really don't want to just go in there like
so good as Kilolo.
When I got in the room, that was all my anxiety. I got in the room, all the executives are there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, and he was like, "Oh no, you don't have to audition. It's your role." I was like, oh. All the anxiety went out the window. I was like, yeah, you better get it together.
Yeah.
Got a queen.
Deliver. Now, were you ever worried that the acting would take you away from your music? Because I know a lot of artists deal with that. It's like once they start acting, it's so time consuming that you guys aren't in the studio as often. You're not writing as often because you're learning lines. Did you ever feel like you would lose one to pursue the other?
Tami, I never knew what I was doing. I never knew nothing. I was just a young girl who wanted it always. Since I was a young girl, I always wanted it. And like I said, I wanted it so bad that I went and got training. I wanted it so bad that I would watch. I was a people watcher. I would watch class and style and etiquette. I would look at people and I admire them from a distance and say, I want to be like that, And so I really never understood what I wanted until I started evolving, you know, and evolving has been something that I've continuously done throughout my career.
I love you so much. I have to take a break, but we've got more coming up, soulmate. So you stay right where you are because Yo-Yo is here. Don't go away. This is Get Into It with Tami Roman. Welcome back to Get Into It. I'm here with my girl and hip hop legend, Yo-Yo is here. Listen, a lot of people do not know that we've known each other a while, and they don't know about your philanthropic spirit and energy. And what I mean by that is you've got your school. Yes. You educate the young ones on the hip hop game and the hip hop business. So much so that my daughter was like, I want to learn how to do this from Yo-Yo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Her. Yes. How did you develop the confidence to move from one genre to the other?
Well, you know, I am the intelligent Black woman known. I'm just joking.
Yes.
I'm just joking. I was going to do a rap. I'm just joking. Because you speak about your daughter, which I love so much, and I'm glad to be one of her first mentors, and I love her so much. You know, I remember when you moved to Los Angeles, and you said, "Okay, Yo-Yo, my baby wants to be up under you," and you guys, yep. You know, our kids were going to the same school in Beverly Hills, and it was just like, "Okay, what are we about to do?" And you know, for me, I think transitioning into the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop. For me, it was, well, to be totally honest and to be very transparent, I was in my transition. I've been in the industry for a long time. I had been talking to God. I've been praying to God. God had put me in a small room and was speaking to me. And he had given me some instructions, and he told me to open up this school of hip hop. And I'm just like, God, I can barely pay my mortgage. I cannot afford anything else, you know, and I wanted to do it because I was working at the radio station. Kids were calling me up saying, the parents were calling me up saying, how can my kid get in the music industry? They want to do rap. They want to do beat production. My kid wants to get in the dance programs in LA. There wasn't a lot. There was Debbie Allen, which we love and admire. And I followed her footsteps. I reached out to Congresswoman Waters, and with the help of others around them, they helped me to secure a place. And we put it on the radio. Shout out to KJLH here in Los Angeles, California. They blasted it, and we got a lot of support. We had a waiting list of over 300 kids. It was a success. It was a success. I had kids coming up to me from everywhere saying, you make a statement and you back it up. You make a statement and you back it up. I'm like, you do what? You do what? You make a statement and you back it up. I'm like, that's right. That's right. You know, which, you know, in return, God said to me, you was looking for love, huh? He said, you was looking for love. And when them kids came running up to me, it was the best feeling in the world, Tami. Wow. All my brokenness, you know, the youth is our future and our legacy. And it gave me, it fulfilled me. I thought I wanted to be just successful, but God said, when you give, you get.
Now you're involved with an award show that honors those who have influenced the music industry for Black Music Month. Tell us about your involvement with the Salute Them Awards.
I know. Well, shout out to my co-host, Lonnie Love, who you've seen her. She's an Emmy Award winning. We are airing from the National African American Museum of Music in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm also an ambassador. And their music program is sponsored by the Yo-Yo, is powered by the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop. So I go into their schools in Nashville and work with their youth as well, and teach them music and education through hip hop. And yeah, so we're honoring Sly and the Family Stone, Patrice Rushen, one of Beyonce's choreographers. Did I say Earth, Wind, and Fire? Did I say Earth, Wind, and Fire? Did I say Earth, Wind, and Fire?
See that? And we're absolutely going to be watching you and supporting you, so you don't have to worry about that. One thing about the soulmates, they support who supports them. So we will be in the building. I want to say that you're inspiring a whole new generation of fans, right? With your music, you did a little stint on Love and Hip Hop, and now you're starring in a Disney Channel project called Saturdays. Now, what's that all about? Now, I know what it's about because I had got the breakdown.
Saturday, it's a Disney TV pilot. It's called Saturdays. Marcy Martin is from Blackish, and
Yes.
she's producing it. And it's a show of young girls, learning relationship, learning friendship, um, dealing with an illness and overcoming it through skating. And I am the owner of the skating rink, and my name is Duchess. Yeah.
Yo, you've got to stop beating me out of roles. I mean, you've got to stop.
Did you audition for Duchess?
I did. And if I have to say one thing, I'm gonna say I'm glad my sister got it.
Praise God. Give me giving me something, to be able to do it for 32 years, to be totally honest, to be able to be in this industry as a woman, a Black woman, and to overcome, and I'm speaking, to you and everybody who's out there, it has not been an easy task. We've had to pack some stones and unload some stones in our backpack. But to still see you, I mean, I look at you all the time. I see you on Instagram. I follow your story. I watch your kids. I always support you. I always like and I comment. Just to show that it's not an easy task. And when I recognize real, and I see you, and I'm always trying. My two girls, they look up to me, and I'm glad to have girls that respect me. I used to pray for success. Now I just pray for a clean household. And I mean that with clean energy. My kids respecting me, loving me, and appreciating the hard work that I put in. And when I come home, I won't have to kick ass and take names.
And I know you're a baby. So since you brought it up, I'm going to ask you, what gifts and gems are you giving them and instilling in them to find their calling in life?
Most recently, I've just been pushing spirituality. I've been pushing spirituality. I've tried everything else. I've given them the world. I've taken them everywhere. They've traveled the world with me. They have to know that success is bigger than them.
What women would you say have inspired you to take your skills to the next level? Who's been influential to Yo-Yo? Because from what I know of you, you're always giving. Who poured into you?
Watching Queen Latifah outdo this industry as a woman has really inspired me. I think Queen Latifah has been somebody, the industry was only giving money to boys, only male groups, you can only get a deal through somebody. So it was like crabs in a bucket for women out here. Mm-hmm. And Queen Latifah took hold of it. And not only did she smash the industry with creating the Flavor Unit, she did more in the music industry. And now she's on the campaign for women in films. And I'm just proud of her. Tasha Smith. One of my friends. Yeah, I grew up with Tasha. I love her so much. Watching her inspires me to see her push through all of these brick walls, bust them down. I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired by Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott has, she came into the industry where size mattered, looks mattered, and she defeated that. And that just gives you, and she produced so many people and she showed up so many times for a lot of people. That inspires you to just be a woman. MC Lyte, one of my best friends in this industry, along with the Lady of Rage and Moni Love. But MC Lyte, women not lowering their confidence, understanding what their confidence is amongst other women and allowing us to be in the same room and not feel intimidated or feel like we're challenging each other. That inspires me.
Right. And that's what I love. And you calling out so many legendary names and not feeling a way to give people their flowers. That's what I love so much about you, is that poise, that grace, that character, that integrity is why when you say, I've been able to do this for 30 some odd years. That's why, because we as women have to get to a place where we love on one another, where we appreciate one another, where we uplift one another.
Mhm.
And I have to tell you honestly, Yo-Yo, when you talk about your energy and controlling that and spirituality, I was on a show in an environment that wasn't the happiest place to be, right?
Mhm.
And it just seemed like I was there and I was making good money, but it wasn't fulfilling in any other way. And there were no other opportunities.
Mhm.
It wasn't until I stepped out on faith and got out of that environment to where I could be me. I love to love on people. I love to uplift people. I don't come from a negative space. Once I did that, the floodgates opened.
Mhm.
So I said all that to say this.
Can I tell you this? I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for that, because you know what? That was a courageous step. And those who are not in this industry don't understand what a courageous step that was to take. And when you did your last birthday post, and you said about that, I read it all. You talked about your fear. You talked about how devastating it was for you to even get your head wrapped around, I want to take this step, because nobody wants to step into a world of nothing, but you believed in yourself. And guess what? You've created your own brand, and we follow you and support you.
I'm trying, and I support you as well. I'm going to be watching the Salute Them Awards on June 6th with you and Lonnie Love and all the amazing guests that you're honoring. I'm going to be watching you on Saturdays. That's going to be on the Disney Channel. I'm going to try to find these clothes because I know you have a fashion line, Sticky Green. Tell me a little bit about that, because then I want.
It's a perfume. I'm in perfume school. I did the clothes thing where when you stayed at home for a while. It wasn't new clothes. It was just I was cleaning out my closet. I did this yo-yo closet where I was just cleaning out my closet, and I was like, no, I will sell them for $5. But I wind up giving them all away when people,
That's how I am. I just be like, oh, child, take it.
But I'm in perfume school. We are still working with the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition, and the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop, the
Yes.
Perfume School, and what else? The Black College Expo.
Yes, yes. I love when you do that, because that's when you come down to H-Town.
College Expo has been something, Dr. Teresa Price has worked with us, and I've been the ambassador for 9 years. That's where I do my How to Get A's in English through hip hop with Yo-Yo. I've met over, I'm going to say 60,000 kids plus. I've given over $50,000 in scholarships, and I have been able to reintroduce myself. The kids who don't know about me, they come back, they text me. One kid just got accepted to the Army, and his entry essay, he included me, and it was from the How to Get A's in English through Hip Hop with Yo-Yo, and he mentioned me, and his mom contacted me through social media. And can I tell you something? And when you think people are not paying attention, those are the things that warm my heart. Those are the things that keep me going. I'm working with Eric Bellinger on a new song.
And he's dope. He's so, so talented. I'm excited for everything you've got going on, sis. And before I let you go, we do something around here called Tami's Fast Five. So I'll ask you 5 rapid fire questions, and you just say the first thing that pops into your head.
Gotcha.
Okay. Name your favorite hip hop record from the 90s besides your own.
Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Miseducated. Mm-hmm.
What current rapper would you love to collaborate with?
Lil Baby.
Okay. Tell me one hidden talent that no one knows you have.
No, one hidden talent nobody knows: decorating houses.
Okay. Now, who had the smoothest lyrical flow on Martin? Kilolo or Shanae?
Oh, Kilolo. All right.
You better have said Kilolo.
Kilolo Purd. I wrote the rap.
Yes. Have you ever had more than 12 inches of penis?
Oh, God, he's dead. We can't measure it.
Girl, I'm letting you get off out of here. Tell everybody how to reach you on all your social media, please.
Okay.
You're a fool, yo.
Oh, Tami is stupid. I love you so much. I'm on Yo-Yo Fearless on all my social media platforms, and on Twitter, I'm at Yo-Yo Whitaker. Tami, you are just a doll. I love you so much.
I love you so much. Stick around, soulmates. You've got questions. I've got the answers. Ask Tami is up next on Fox Soul.